Guys, I'm student Dr. Thompson, and today I'm going to talk to you about what to do with your summer, the time off that you have between first and second year of medical school. So between first and second year, I have 6 weeks this year. Next year, like my brother's a second year medical student, and after board study and everything that has to happen, before you start third year of medical school, I think he'll have 2 weeks of vacation, if that. And he told me if his board scores weren't up to par, he's gonna sacrifice his vacation time to study for boards. So essentially, the first year summer vacation, you got to make it count. And so I'm sitting here thinking about what should I do with my time, and I came up with a few things that I wanted to share with you guys. Right now, you'll notice I'm not in my house. I'm in a small town in southeastern Missouri where I'm doing a summer preceptorship. Some schools offer a preceptorship and some schools don't. In fact, this might be more of a DO thing than an MD thing for sure. But I spoke to my friend who's in school in Nevada. He told me that they don't have a preceptorship. My school does, so it all depends on what your school offers. Preceptorship is basically like glorified shadowing for 2 weeks. I'm down here and I'm assigned to a family physician. But the difference is that I'm now insured by my school and by the person that I'm shadowing, so I'm eligible to participate in procedures and other medical things. As opposed to just observing. Sometimes you'll get an awesome doctor that you're shadowing, and he'll say, "Here, come scrape this or pop that or whatever." The main thing is if your school doesn't offer a preceptorship, it's something that you can look into, request, and then you might be able to go to any doctor you want and be insured by your school. And so that helps out a lot. And it's a huge CV builder. You can put that on your CV or your resume, essentially, and it looks really good, especially if you do it in something, obviously, that you want to do your residency in. And if you don't know, like me, then it's something that you can put on there anyway. So the second thing that I thought about doing with my summer is research. So I recently spoke to a fourth-year resident, an ENT resident, and he was required to do research in his ENT residency. He had never done research before. So he told me all about his research. In fact, he told me that I could apply the same things he did research in, which was burnout amongst ENT attendings. I could apply that to anything I wanted to, and what we talked about was ophthalmology. And he helped me really get a good footing on what I should do for research. And so that's something that I'm thinking about doing. Also, he's going to help me write a grant for $5,000. That's $5,000 in my pocket that I can, help to do research. Travel to go visit doctors, and maybe find a good mentor with that. So one idea that I had, and I don't know if this is going to work, I'll keep you updated, but I want to find a mentor that is actually a residency director. And I think that will be helpful for multiple reasons. Not necessarily getting me into that residency, but residency directors are typically go-getters. They want to publish. And so if you're working in an area that it doesn't have a lot of publications, that might be something that perks their ears. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. I'm going to try to contact some residency directors that I can do that with. The other thing that I plan on doing is I'm going back to my home state, which is Idaho, and I plan on shadowing a family physician. I know one that I shadowed before medical school that I'm going to shadow. And I want to shadow an ENT, oddly enough, because of this ENT that I met. And I want to shadow an ophthalmologist that's a DO. I worked for an ophthalmologist for a year that was an MD, but I want to get some insight as to ophthalmology residencies. So the main difference between shadowing now and shadowing back when I was applying to medical school is that when I was applying to medical school, I wanted to get shadowing hours to put on my application. I also wanted to see what they were like, but that was kind of secondary. What does a family physician do wasn't the main reason why I shadowed a family physician, unfortunately. So now that I'm a first-year medical student, I've had 1 year of medical school, which is very limited as far as what we're going to learn over the next 3 years. But I have an idea of what to expect, and I can recognize certain things that are going on. But more importantly, I want to see if that's the type of physician I want to be for the rest of my life. So that's going to be my emphasis when I shadow these doctors in Idaho that I've set up. And then the third thing is downtime. Obviously, this is basically going to be one of my only vacation times for potentially a long time. You know, I might not get one next year if my practice board scores aren't high enough. So this first year vacation has got to count. So we're going to take a vacation as a family and go to West Yellowstone, Montana, and see some bears, stuff like that. So I think the important point here is that you make it a fun time so that you don't get burnt out. And obviously, I'm going to spend some time with friends and family. So guys, I'll keep you updated on what I end up doing with my summer and how it compares to what I want to do with my summer. And hopefully this gives you guys some ideas of how to be effective with your summer between first year and second year medical school. As always, thanks for watching, and stick around for more great videos.